So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are back again with a video I didn't expect to be making, but I thought, you know what? This has really angered me. So I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to see what you guys think of it, because it is to do with Ben White not knowing anything really about Patrick Vieira and not watching football, which I'm going to come to in a minute. I'm going to read the whole quotes from Ben White, who was being interviewed for Sky Sports. Just adjust that slightly. There we go. And make sure you are sticking a like on this video. I will be back again later with the podcast with Kenny and Jez. And I'm also on Rance's show at 3 o'clock UK time. So make sure you head over to Rants and Bants Official on Twitch, and you can come and check me out there. But this is what this is what Ben White has had to say for himself. I find this absolutely staggering. I genuinely do. And he was asked, because obviously we've got Crystal Palace on Monday, and he was asked about Patrick Vieira. And he said, no, I never watched football when I was younger, and I still don't now. I just loved the game, and I was always playing it, never watching it. So I don't know too much about the older generations. I know Vieira was a very good player, but I wouldn't know the details. I'm quite busy, and I'm always doing something. I watch myself for analytical reasons. Of course you do. I watch England, maybe. Yeah, but I wouldn't just sit down and watch a game. This is modern day football, by the way. This is the typical modern day footballer. It's mad. It's mad. He went on. He was asked. He was also asked about about his name. He wants to be known as Benjamin. Yeah, despite many fans and the media calling him Ben. He said, you can call me whatever you want. I might just not reply. Like, who even is this lad? Like, seriously, the arrogance, the audacity. It's mad. He was speaking about how he had a slow start and how he had COVID, so he missed the first 2 games. So I don't think adapting to a big club was the reason for my slow start. I didn't feel like a club when it didn't feel like a club when I come here. It was nice to see everyone so welcoming. The clean sheets we aim for as a team, I don't think it's just the back 4 and a goalie to keep them. It's the whole team. Just a load of waffle, really. So yeah, let's get back to the main talking point. The reason I want to do this video, and it's not a new thing for footballers not to watch football, right? Loads of them don't watch football. Bellerin, Asuakoto, Danny Rose, Ronaldo's even admitted before, Ronaldinho's admitted before that they don't really watch it. Here's where I have an issue with this. Yeah, I couldn't care less whether you watch football or not, right? But surely you should want to master your profession. When people are saying about Ronaldinho and Ronaldo, sorry, they're 2 of the best players of all time. Yeah, put them in a different basket, mate. They've mastered the game. They've mastered the profession. Ronaldinho was one of the most skillful footballers you'll ever see in your life. He's mastered the game. He don't need to watch football. People like Ben White, who are young, 23, playing for a club that's the 3rd biggest in the country, playing for a club where we're used to being up there winning, or at least competing to win, and you're wearing the shirt number of one of the greatest midfielders this country has ever seen in the league, one of the greatest midfielders of all time, and you're wearing that guy's shirt number, and you don't want to know anything about him. You haven't bothered to go and learn. You haven't asked the club for any information. You haven't asked about the number and where it's been and who's worn it. You haven't asked about any of that. You haven't bothered to ask, because I'm quite sure, and a lot of the argument I've seen when I posted this out on Twitter, a lot of the argument is, yeah, but he was 7 when Vieira left. And? What do you mean he was 7 when Vieira left? What does that mean? That's it? He was 7, he can't learn when he's 23? Like, it makes no sense to me. I wasn't old enough to have witnessed Maradona at Napoli. Yeah, and if I was, I can't remember it. But guess what? I know what Maradona did at Napoli because I've bothered to educate myself on it. And this is where I get the ump with it, is you're a footballer that's a young, apparently up-and-coming, rising star of the game. You can't defend properly. We've seen that in every game he's played this season so far. He's done something that's made me think, you ain't got it, mate. You ain't got it. So surely you'd want to go and watch other players that are more experienced than you. Virgil van Dijk, for example, probably the best centre-back in the league. So why wouldn't you want to go and watch what Virgil van Dijk does? Why wouldn't you go and want to watch what Ruben Diaz does? Why wouldn't you want to go and watch what Chiellini's doing and what other players are doing that are in your position, that are better than you and are more advanced in their career? Why would you not want to go and study that? The answers I've had back are, yeah, but if you work in your job, yeah, and how would you know? Would you know about the history of the company then? Right? And that is the most muggiest argument I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, because number one, I ain't got 70 million people, yeah, waiting for me to perform twice a week. Yeah, they have. These footballers have. Yeah. Number two, yeah, I'm not sat here, right, earning 100 grand a week, which is another fucking issue, by the way. 100 grand a week, and he can't be bothered to learn the history of that shirt, the history of that football club. Yeah. I rate the fact that he didn't wing it and just say, nah, Vieira, amazing, this and that. Cool. I get all of that. That's sweet. But to sit there and actively say you're too busy to watch football. Yeah. And the only football you watch is yourself for analytical reasons. For analytical reasons. Maybe you should watch players that are better than you and think, I can try and do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I liked what he did there. He was cool when the ball went over the top. Didn't rush. He just, yeah. Start learning your profession so you master your profession. Every single job I've had, I've wanted to be the best at it. Yeah. And pretty much every company I worked at, I was the best in that company in that particular field. Not all the time. Not every week. But the majority of weeks I was. And I used to want to be the best. Yeah, I used to, when I changed company from one glazing company to another company, yeah, I'd go in there and say, who's the top boy or top girl? Yeah, and I'd say, right, what figures they doing every week? And that's my target now. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to beat you in the first week. I'm going to beat you in the second week. And I'm beating you in the third week. Then if you beat me, I'll come back and beat you again and again and again. And this is the difference, right? These footballers, they are not interested in football. They are not interested in anything to do with football. They just happen to get half decent at it and get signed up to a football club, and now they're in the professional game and they're making the money out of it. People like that piss me off. Yeah, really, really piss me off. Imagine sitting there saying that, yeah, well, I've heard of Vieira, but I can't really tell you much about him. Patrick Vieira. Mad, absolutely mad. You can't tell me about Patrick Vieira, but you play at the club that he's a legend of, and you're wearing his fucking shirt number, my friend. You absolute waster. How can you even have the audacity to not even bother learning about that shirt number? And not only that, I don't just blame him. I blame that football club as well. Yeah, because this Arsenal DNA, yeah, was left at Highbury. Because I'm telling you now, back in the day, I tell you right now, every single player had to know the history of that football club. They had to do an exam on the football club right back in the day. Yeah, and if they didn't pass the exam, they never got to play for the club. Yeah, so like, come on, man, seriously, how dare this guy stroll around telling people, oh yeah, well, I don't really know who Vieira is really. I can't give you the details of him, mate. Too busy to watch football. But you're too busy to study about the football that you're nicking 100 grand a week out of. Too busy to study about the history of Patrick Vieira's shirt that you're wearing, my friend. Disgrace, absolute disgrace. It's a damning indictment of modern football. And the amount of people that are backing this, yeah, I'm sorry, it's just a shambles. Absolute shambles. So the argument is because he was only 7 when Vieira left, yeah, well, he ain't going to know. Okay, mate, well, when you sign for the club, oh, you're going to have number 4. And they're going to say that Patrick Vieira wore that shirt. Yeah. Or if they don't, you say, what other Arsenal players have worn this shirt then? Oh, this player, this player, this player. Oh, okay. Can I learn a little bit about it? Instead, no, not interested. Not interested. Don't care. He don't care. And that is the reason I've bin him now. Yeah. Bin him. Get rid. Yeah. You ain't got it, mate. You ain't interested. Yeah. If you ain't interested, yeah, you ain't ever going to learn. And if you ain't ever going to learn, you're never going to get better. Yeah. And if you ain't going to get better, yeah, then you ain't wanted here, mate. So fuck off. Yeah. People like him wind me up. And on that bombshell, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful afternoon, whatever it is you're doing. Let me know in the comment section whether you think it's that deep or maybe it's not. I don't know. I just prefer players that play for this football club to actually learn about the football club. But maybe I'm just different. The way modern football's gone, it's clapped. It's absolutely finished. It's a disgrace. It's a shadow of what it used to be back in the day. And nobody's really interested in football anymore. It's all about the analytics. Fuck off. We're out of here. Laters. I'll tear her out. Ben White out as well. He can fuck